And so this is the set. This is the napkin I designed for our summer coffee corners or coffee bars. Okay, just fun and colorful, just something fun and colorful. So here is the first one. And you'll see, well, actually, it is one napkin with two designs. So it says, "Hello, sunshine." Hello, sunshine. Isn't that so cute? And then it also on this same napkin is rise and shine. Rise and shine. And hello, sunshine. Isn't that cute for summer? I just thought it was really, really cute. There'll be a different one, different napkin coming for fall. And you guys, this particular napkin is one that is offered in the Napkin Club. I think we released it in June. So if you are interested, in fact, some of you watched my Jingle Mingle presentation yesterday on the adorable little snow globes. We were doing kind of Christmas in July type projects. And so just in case you haven't heard, we had a healthy supply of snow globes and they sold out so quickly. So if you haven't heard yet, we have reordered. And as soon as they come in, we will let you guys know. Okay. I know a lot of you are trying to get ahead of the holidays and create. And so I just wanted to, like I said, we're here at the lake house. I've been wanting to do this for the lake house for our little coffee corner. And so I'm going to start today working with this particular napkin, the Hello Sunshine. And if you, as you're watching, if you're just like, gosh, I would love to get a custom variety of napkins really designed for makers and crafters, I would love to get that every month. I would love to be a part of that club. Well, we want to go get on our wait list. We actually have a wait list. We're working off of a wait list right now. And I happen to know we are adding some spots. So we have some additional spots that we will be opening up and offering to the wait list, the people on the wait list. So that's the best way to get into the Napkin Club right now. We will have a big campaign. We call it Create and Connect. That'll be happening later at the end of August. But if you want to get in the Napkin Club now, okay, if you want to get in it now, make sure and get your name and email over on our wait list. Susan is posting the link right here. And if this isn't showing up as an active link, and I don't know if it is, that's okay. That's okay. What you can do is, let's see if it'll let me do it. Okay. I'm going to post it. I don't know if it'll be an active link or not. If it's not, if it's not active, just copy and paste it. Okay. You can just copy it and paste it into your browser. Okay. To go get on the wait list. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of the graphic, the reveal that's coming up, what the napkin bundle will be called for August. Okay, I'll do that at the end of our session. Let me make sure and remind me. Okay, so today is going to be very, very basic napkin art. I'm going to start with this little canvas right here. And so let me go ahead and get some stuff here. I'm just using a 6x6 canvas. And then my intention is to decorate it, and then I'll just set it on this little easel. So, and it'll be kind of over in our little coffee corner area. So many people, you guys, have coffee bars or coffee corners, whether it's in the office or at home. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. And so if you have somebody in your life that is a big coffee person and has that area in their home or at work or somewhere, this could be a great little gift, right? This could be a great little gift. So I'm going to start off here by separating my napkin plies. And I usually do my little lick and stick method. I'm going to just show you there is another way. You can put a little drop of Mod Podge on your finger and just tap, tap, tap. You don't want it to be gluey. We want it to be sticky. And then when it's sticky, just press your fingers together and look what happens. The napkin plies just come off. So this is a 3-ply napkin. So I'm going to be taking off 2 plies to get to the top ply. The top ply is what I want. That's what has the napkin art on it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you today? I see a lot of people coming on. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to Facebook watchers. Good morning to my YouTube followers over there on YouTube. I'm streaming over there as well. How's everybody doing? Susan, would you do me a favor and share this over into the Create and Connect community, our Facebook community. Yes, make sure and share this over there as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to get going here. Really simple. This is basic napkin art 101. Now, there are so many other levels and elements of things that we can do with napkins and surfaces that we can use napkins on. But I'm going to show you just really basic, easy napkin art. So this is a 6x6 canvas. I'm using Mod Podge Matte. That is the yellow label. Great for canvas surfaces. And I'm going to put on a nice little healthy coat. Now, I don't have to paint anything, which is nice because this canvas is already white. But you do kind of have to think about that. You have to think about your surface because the napkin tissue is so sheer that if this was a dark, like if I painted this like a bright red and then I put this on it, well, that red is going to show through my napkin. Okay, so that's something to think about. Hey, Denise. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Christina. Oh, Darlene, yes, I heard about that. Definitely sending prayers. Yes. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Diane. Okay, so I'm going to take my napkin here, and I call this a float. I kind of start at the top before I even let the napkin touch, and then I just kind of float it down. I want to be sure that my handle's all on here. I want to be sure my sun rays are all on here. I'm going to raise this up just a tiny bit. So that way, if I need to adjust anything, I can adjust it really easily and really quickly. Okay. So I'm going to take my plastic wrap. This is a deli bakery sheet. I just get them on Amazon. I love it because it's a plastic wrap that doesn't stick to itself. And I'm going to lay the plastic wrap on top. And then I'm going to take my fingers and just simply start kind of smoothing, burnishing. Burnishing is a fancy word for rub hard. So I'm just kind of going around and around in the center, and then I'll work my way out to the outer edges. This is going to be so cute. And I've been wanting to make this. I've been wanting to use this napkin for quite a while. All right. So there we go. I'm not going to, I was trying to decide if I want to go around the edges. I don't think I do. Sometimes I'll wrap around the edges, but I think I'm just, well, you know what? I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and do it just to show you kind of an easy way to wrap your edges while your plastic wrap is on. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. Thank you, Susan, for sharing and to create and connect. And for those of you out there that are watching, if you want to sprinkle this out to your friends and family, that would be amazing. I would appreciate that so much. So I'm going around and I'm just applying some Mod Podge on each side of the canvas all at one time. Each side of the canvas, and then I kind of let the plastic wrap do the work for me. So I'm going to fold this up and just smooth it. Okay, now I'm going to be putting something else on the edges of this canvas as well. So I'm just going to smooth it, and it doesn't have to be perfectly centered when you lay your artwork down. Really, we're just trying to get all of the artwork, the main part of the artwork from the napkin, onto the canvas, and sometimes that's smack in the center and sometimes it's not. So don't worry if your sides aren't even. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so do you see what I just did? I just kind of smoothed it all down, and then we're going to carefully lift this off. Okay, we're just going to carefully lift that off. I don't have a trash can in here, so I'll just make a little trash pile here on my table. Now this is going to need to dry for a second, and I don't have my little heat tool. I usually bring that with me to help things to dry a little quicker. So I'm going to put this over to the side because I have another surface I want to add the other napkin to, and that way this one can be drying. We'll just stick it right up here. This one can be drying while I work on the second surface. Yeah, I want to put two things in my little coffee corner area. And, you know, it's really fun depending on where your, you know, your little area is. Again, you could put something on an easel. Maybe you have a cute little tiered tray that you like to put things on in your coffee area. If you have any wall space, you could hang something and then put something, you know, just something cute. And I think it's kind of fun. These were designed to kind of go together. You can see the colors coordinate. This has a cute yellow, almost a dish towel looking background with this cute kind of plaid. And then same thing with this one. I just reversed them. So this is the yellow. This has the blue. This is the blue cup. This is the yellow cup. Two different styles of cups. And same daisy edition, same colors, just to make it really look cute together. Okay. In the Napkin Club, when you get napkins from me, they are luncheon size, and there usually are 2 designs per napkin. Okay, and that's something else that's nice because you don't always need 4 of the same image when you're crafting and making, but it is nice to have 2 of each in case you want to make one for yourself, one as a gift, or you just want to have a backup napkin in case you have a little oopsie, because it really is so easy. If you have a little tear or something, you know, goes wrong, you can always patch it up by going to the second napkin and kind of cutting out the little area that you need to patch up. Okay, so yes, we are adding people to the wait list right now for the Napkin Club. We are opening up some spots, and so we will be emailing everybody on the Napkin Club wait list very soon to offer open spots to them. All right, so you probably saw this time I did my little lick and stick. That's kind of my go-to method, y'all, because it's just convenient and it's easy. But again, you can use the little dot of Mod Podge on your finger too. Okay. All right. So this time I'm going to use this surface. I picked up this surface at Walmart. Did y'all know Walmart has some really cute surfaces? Yeah, they do. And I don't remember exactly what I paid for it. I was going to see if it's on this tag, but it's not. It was not much. I know it was not much at all. I'm tempted to say probably around $5. Okay. It's an 8x10. And I love this. Let me put this over here so that can be drying, and I'll raise this up a little bit. I'm kind of on a smaller table surface when I'm crafting here from the lake house. My little my craft area is actually going to be downstairs, and downstairs is still being renovated. So I'm just kind of in a little makeshift corner in our master bedroom. All right. So I loved this surface because I like the wood. I love, you know, whitewashed, distressed looking wood. I love that it has the little, what do you want to call it? Little valleys, you know, kind of between each of the little wood slats. And I want you to see how cute this is. So I'm not going to cut, I'm going to actually keep the napkin square, and I'm going to put it about like this. Okay. So my plan is, once I get this all decorated, I'm going to put a couple little hooks right here, right? Probably 3, or knobs. I haven't quite decided. Little knobs right here, or little cup hooks right here, because I thought, oh, that'd be cute to like, do you ever like buy just cute little specialty coffee cups or coffee mugs or something? I thought, oh my gosh, that'd be so cute to hang that off of this. Or, you know, whatever you'd want to use, but that's kind of was my plan. Okay, so I'm actually going to raise this up a little bit so that I have this kind of at the top, and then I'll be able to put these here at the bottom. Okay, yeah, won't that be cute? So I'm going to go back to my Mod Podge. Oops, I just laid my brush right in all that Mod Podge, my actual brush handle. See that? I'm such a messy crafter. I can really be a messy crafter, and I love surfaces like this, you guys, again, because I don't have to paint them. They already have a beautiful rustic look. They're white. My napkin colors are going to still stay nice and pure. Now this particular wood surface it has more texture, and I know you can't, it may be hard to tell that on camera. And I usually just like to go ahead and just kind of put the Mod Podge everywhere, so I don't see any like stops and starts. We'll do a top coat on these too here in a moment. So instead of using the plastic wrap, we're going to use something else for this that's going to help because there is a lot of texture going on. So I'm going to try to, I want like kind of the same equal amount of border around these edges. And that way there's plenty of room for me to add cute little knobs or hooks or something, right? Down at the bottom. I think that'll be really cute. So instead of using the plastic wrap, you guys, when you have a rougher surface, a surface that has a lot of texture, okay, a lot of texture to it, it's really best to use a chip brush. That's what this is. This is a chip brush. It is a natural bristle brush. You guys, these are very inexpensive. We have them in the shop. They're super inexpensive. I mean, like $1 or less. You can find them just about everywhere. Hardware stores, home improvement stores, Walmart, any craft stores, Hobby Lobby, places like that. It's just a natural bristle brush. And you don't put Mod Podge on this. We're simply going to use this as a pounce brush so it's clean. And what we're going to do is we're going to come in. Now you can kind of tap things, you know, kind of down in place, you know, just to make sure everything's where you want it to be. We're going to take the sorry, called pounce brush, which is kind of what I'm using it for, the chip brush here. And I'm going to start where the words are. Okay. I kind of like starting where the words are. It's kind of sort of in the middle. And then we're going to work our way. Okay. Now in the beginning, I want you to do this kind of gently. Okay. Just kind of gently in the beginning for your first pass. Because what's happening is we're kind of pushing the napkin tissue down into all that texture. Okay, pushing it down into that texture because this wood is kind of, I don't want to say rough because it's not gonna give you splinters or anything, but there's a lot of grooves and nooks and crannies in the wood grain. Plus we have the little valleys between the slats. So first pass is going to be kind of gentle. When the napkin is wet, it's at its most fragile. Okay, it could tear. So now that we've kind of done this first pass, we can go in and do a second pass. And the second pass, you can be a little bit more, use a little more pressure. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing and go along. And what you'll start to see is that wood grain actually come through the napkin, especially after we put the top coat on. The top coat, when we put the top coat on our napkin art, it's sealing the project. It's protecting your napkin, the napkin art. You know, so if you have a little coffee mishap in your coffee corner at your coffee bar, and coffee gets on this, you could clean it off easily. Okay. Plus, we're going to do pen work today, which is my fave. And pen work definitely have to seal our project. Otherwise the napkin will try to absorb it. Okay, so that's important. So now that I've done my pouncing, I'm actually going to grab this and I'll show you why. Normally I wouldn't need to use this, but because I have these little valleys, all right, this is just the plastic wrap again, plastic sheet. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Okay. And I'm going to just take my fingernail, but if you have a toothpick or just something, the end of a paintbrush, something that's kind of pointy, and I'm going to run my fingernail right along these little valleys. Okay, I want the napkin to really push. I want it to kind of push down into those little valleys. There we go. Because I like that look. I love that. I want to accentuate that. A little bitty bit right there. Okay. So again, trying to think what else could be pointy. We don't really want to cut through it. We're not really cutting through it. We're just kind of pressing the napkin tissue down into that valley. And then we will just pull this right back up. Okay. All right, now I'm going to hold this up kind of close for you so that you can see. Do you see the wood grain coming through? Isn't that cool to see the distress coming through? So it almost looks like, you know, everything we've done has kind of been hand painted. Isn't that pretty? I know, I love it. Okay, so we're going to set this one aside to dry, and I'm going to bring this one back over, and we're going to do just a quick, thin, doesn't have to be a lot, just a thin, quick top coat on this to protect our pretty napkin art. Okay, it'll look kind of milky, that's expected. Whoops, I got a little goober thing there. And it's it'll dry pretty quickly. It'll dry crystal clear. It'll look kind of milky when it first goes on, but it'll dry crystal clear. I can't wait to add some pen work to this. I'm going to take it around the sides here. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to let this one here. I'll just kind of fan it. I'll fan myself. It's going to be a warm day here today. It's going to be warm where you are. Yes, it does, Rose. Rose is she's in my napkin club. She knows it really does make a big difference. Colleen is on the wait list. Yay, Colleen. I hope we're going to get you in. All right, so this is feeling fairly dry. I think it's dry enough for our live today. I'll be really cautious as I put this on. And then again, we're going to come in. I need to get a little bit more Mod Podge on my little ceramic dish here. This little ceramic dish, you guys, came from Hobby Lobby. I love it. It looks like a little mason jar. And it's great for things like your Mod Podge because once it's dry, it just peels off. You can just peel it all off. So it's really easy. Easy cleanup. Okay, so again, we're just going to come in and do a nice little thin, even coat over our napkin art. You can use a heat tool if you have one to dry it. And generally I have one, but I somehow forgot to bring that with me. This was kind of an unexpected trip. It came up very quickly when Maddie found out she had a couple days off work or could take off a couple days. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna let that one dry. And we're gonna come back to this one. I'm just gonna kind of wave it in the air here for a moment. Do you guys have any questions for me about what I've shown so far? Renee says, let's see what she says. I need to make these soon. They would go so good in my current lemon daisy themed coffee bar. Oh my gosh, they would be really cute. The colors would be perfect. I love that. Yeah, you can use a blow dryer if you don't have a heat tool. And generally, I'm using my heat tool because I'm actually a very impatient crafter. I'm always like ready to move to the next step. So, you know, being patient to let something dry is not always my strong suit. So I like popping them. In fact, I didn't even think about that. Do I have a hair dryer here? Probably not, because most of the time it's very casual here. I just let my hair dry naturally curly when I'm here. Yes, we have ordered another round of snow globes. Yes. Oh, I could show you guys that. I have that right here. Yesterday for my Jingle and Mingle presentation, this is what we made. We made these adorable snow globes with my, these are snow globe napkins that I actually designed for the snow globes and the cute little music paper, different colors. So the snow globe set of napkins, there's a Santa, there is a gingerbread house, there is a Christmas tree. Oh, I have the Christmas tree on the back side here. I haven't decorated the back side yet, but you can make these reversible if you want to, the Christmas tree and then a snowman. And so we had so much fun doing this yesterday. So if you missed out and you want to go watch how this was made, it's right here. It's right here on my Facebook page, and it's actually on my YouTube channel as well. So yeah, you can go in and watch. It's called Jingle and Mingle. It's a free 2-day event. In fact, they have crafters and other creatives actually posting every hour today as well on Friday. My spot was yesterday. I was the first one, the kickoff one. But aren't they cute? So we sold out. We still have plenty of the napkin sets, but we sold out of the wooden snow globes. So we've already been on the phone with our supplier. We're already working out that next order to come in. This will be our third round of these guys ordering these in. And so I'm really excited about it. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. So I think what I'm going to do while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my glue gun here, because I want to show you kind of what I'm thinking about doing around the edges of the canvas. So the edges of the canvas, that's a great place to, gosh, what could we do, right? Like we could put a cute ribbon if we wanted to do, you know, like a cute ribbon around the edge. I'm actually going to accent mine with black and white baker's twine. I love black and white. I have a couple of other little things in my coffee corner that it's like a little white sign with a little, I don't know, I'll have to show pictures to you, but there's some black and white accents on it. And so I thought I'm going to tie in a little bit of black and white on these projects. Okay. Thank you guys. I'm so glad you like the snow globes. I know it's one of my all-time favorite. It's the first time we've ever offered my snow globe napkins outside of the Napkin Club. It's the first time we've ever offered them to the public. So, you know, that's kind of a big deal, because most of my individual custom designs go straight to our Napkin Club members. So they received the snow globe napkins in one of their past bundles, but this is the first time we've taken it out to the public for anybody to purchase. And so we grouped them. It's 4 napkins, but you have 2 designs of each on each napkin, plus the coordinating color of music notes. So they're really super cute. Yeah, Mary, I promise they're coming. The snow globes are coming. And yeah, they'll be here soon. So while I'm still kind of waiting for this to dry a little bit, because it does need to be perfectly dry before we do any pen work, let's have a little fun with this canvas. Let's have a little bit of fun with this canvas. Now, you can do this in different ways. I'm going to actually wrap this around my canvas. Okay, yes, it's little baker's twine, but I'm going to just continue to wrap around the edges. I think that'll actually be really cute. Again, it's another fun way to kind of decorate the sides of a canvas. We could put a companion coordinating napkin on the sides. We could put ribbon on the sides. Some of you have cute washi tape in your stash. You could do that too. I'm going to go with this black and white twine. Okay. Paula, don't worry. They're coming. Okay. I promise you they're coming. All right. So let's see if my glue gun's hot enough yet. All right. I don't think it's quite hot enough yet. So let me show you that you can do this with hot glue, but you can also do this with a tacky glue. This is a fast grab Scotch white fast grab tacky glue. And one of the things that's great about using a tacky glue for something like this is, first off, it dries clear and you don't burn your fingers. Okay, so it dries clear and we won't burn our fingers. So I'm going to start off just by kind of, I call this drizzle and drag. So I'm kind of pushing out some glue, but then I'm dragging the tip back through it. Okay, kind of dragging the tip back through it. And I'm going to start right about there. Actually, let's kind of roll it on. Rolling it on is a good option. Just trying to decide how far out I want it to go. I kind of like that the napkin kind of wraps around the edge a little bit. Okay, so that should be good. I need to add a little bit more glue right here where we started. All right, and I'm just going to keep going. So I'll start with this glue and then I'll move to the hot glue. And again, just kind of put some out and then drag the tip through it so it's not so thick. And then I'm just going to kind of roll up through it. Perfect. Let me get some of this off the spool here. So hot glue or a fast grab tacky glue, or Scotch glue is perfect for this. And again, just going to kind of press down and continue to work my way. So a bead, and then don't squeeze, and just kind of drag the tip through it so it's thinner. Sometimes it's hard with hot glue when it's something this thin because you wind up getting hot glue on things. And now the next line is just going to go right next to it. I'm on a craft mat, you guys, a non-stick craft mat, and I always start these on the bottom of the canvas. Okay, on the bottom, so you don't really see the start and stops. So being on something that's non-stick, if you don't have a non-stick craft mat, maybe use a piece of parchment paper. That would be good. And again, just going to kind of smooth my finger across. Isn't this going to be cute? It's going to make some really cute texture, I think. I'm also going to accent the other one with this, but I'm not going to wrap the wooden sign. I'll show you what I'm going to do on that one here. Just a second. And again, if some of the glue gets up on the twine, don't worry. It's going to dry totally clear. Let me drag through that one a little bit. It's a little thick. Come on. Get some more off the spool here. Here we go. So what do you guys have planned for today? Anybody doing anything special today? You going to do any crafting today? If you are, tell me what you're going to be working on. I'm going to do a little crafting today. Well, obviously, I'm doing crafting right now. So yes, I'm doing some crafting today, but I meant like later today. Yeah, Facebook won't always let us post active links for some reason. It's some kind of change they're going through. So you can just copy and paste it into the browser. If you're trying to get on the list for the Napkin Club, just go to misstracycreates.com and scroll down, and you'll see where it says Napkin Club. All right, I'm just working my way around. And you know, it's kind of up to you. You can cover the whole thing or just a portion of the thing. This would be cute with any kind of cording or thinner ribbon, jute. That'd be cute for a project like for fall. Whoops, I pulled that one up when I turned it. There we go. Okay, we're almost to the edge here. Whoop, went over the edge there. You're working on your travel case? That's great. We are in the Napkin Club right now, you guys. One of the projects we're doing, we try to do kind of I call it a repurpose and refresh type project. We've been trying to do one once a month and this summer. And we're working on suitcases right now, like a train case, a small travel case. And that's what we're working on, and they are turning out so cute. And again, they're with napkins that I designed specifically for that project. I think I shared a sneak peek, a little tiny sneak peek here on my Facebook page last week. They're looking so cute. Sorry, I'm just pulling out some more twine here. Okay, I think I'm on my last wrap. Looks like we're on the last wrap now. Yep, this will be the last one. Right along the edge. And just smoothing it down with my finger. Whoops, pop the corner here. Okay, let me hold this corner for just a second. Last side. Cute. Yep, there's no black on this project, but once we add our pen work, there will be a little bit. And let's go ahead and cut. I'm going to cut this twine, and then again, this is on the bottom. You can see my cup is upside down. Yeah, and then we're just going to end it. And I usually put a little bit of glue on top of the ends of the twine so it doesn't try to unravel. Cute, cute, cute. Black and white is always such a good accent for really for anything. Okay. Susan's working on her travel case too. Teresa's going to work on cards. Deborah is also going to make a birthday card with a napkin. Awesome. Yes, you can use your napkins for paper crafting, which is fabulous. Christmas ornaments. Mary's working on Christmas ornaments and teaching her granddaughter. Oh, I love that. That is great. We gotta encourage those junior crafters. We gotta bring them up, right? Okay, so now we're done with this part. That looks so cute. So the front of my canvas now is really good and dry. So we're gonna add some pen work, and I'm gonna bring this camera down, and I'm actually going to make this a full screen. There we go. Okay, so let's do some pen work. And I want to show you, I did wind up with one little crease right here. So if that happens, just don't worry. But most of the time when that happens, it's because when we smooth, I probably did it too fast, and I should have gone in and really looked at that. But sometimes when I'm live, I have to, I'm trying to go quickly because I want to be a good steward of your time. And so I'm sure that's what happened. So, but it doesn't stop me from doing the project. There's a little bit of texture all over this because of the canvas, right? So I'm going to be doing pen work today with my fabulous Pitt pens. These are from Faber-Castell. I love them. I use them for my napkin art pen work all the time. I love them because when they're dry, they're steadfast. Okay? When they're dry, they're steadfast. And that means they won't react with water or moisture of any kind. Again, because somebody out there might want to come in and add some, I don't know, maybe some stickles. Maybe they want to make the sunshine sparkle. So I'm just going to do some fun kind of doodle tracing. And when you're kind of tracing this doodly style, it's okay to be a little wiggly. And when your hand naturally lifts up, I want you to just skip a little space when you start again. Your hand will just naturally lift up when you're tracing. Just skip a little space. Don't try to connect all the lines. Okay? It's a little bit more of a doodly, fun kind of look. Let's come in here, and we can even put in maybe some cute little dots. Dot, dot, dot. This got a little bit of wet spot there. There we go. Okay, do you see how that's really going to make our napkin art really pop? So just, again, just skip a little space when your hand lifts up. Just skip a little space. And it can be wiggly. It actually looks really cute. I think the faster you go, the better it looks because you're not really thinking about it. And don't judge it so much when you're looking down at it. Pick it up, hold it, away from yourself, or set it on a shelf or something to go back and look at it. And you're going to see how cute. Whoops, my little tail came up. Let me push that back down. How cute it looks. Now I'm going to switch to, this was the medium tip that I used. Our Faber-Castell pens come in a 4-pack, extra small, small, medium, and a brush tip. So I'm going to go to the small now, a little smaller nib, and I'm going to trace around the little hearts here. And I'm also going to do the daisy, okay? So Pen work on flowers is so cute. Some of these petals of the flower can look like they're kind of coming behind, and some are on top. And again, my flower kind of goes over the edge of the canvas, the side, so I'm just going to follow it. And don't think too hard. Just start tracing. Okay, I'm going to put a few little lines in some of the petals. Isn't that cute? Yes, it makes them really pop. And it looks more like true artwork, like maybe you painted it and then came in and drew. And I love to do just little squiggly lines around the center. You see, anybody can do that. Squiggles, just little squiggles around the center. And then I'm also going to outline my words. So let's start with these little pink kind of paint stroke line right there. There's another heart for the eye in sunshine. Now, you guys, if you're left-handed, okay, if you're left-handed, be cautious about this part of your hand when you're writing, because this will be a little bit, the pen will be a little bit wet, but it does dry super fast, okay? But our lefties out there, sometimes your hand can kind of drag, and I just want to warn you about that. So with the small tip, this could even be the extra small if you want. Again, if your hand lifts up, I just want you to skip a little space. Just skip a little space when you start drawing again, and I'm kind of overlapping this little curve of the L. And so you could do that if you want to. And the O. And just look how cute that is. Do you see how it just really pops? And it does not have to be perfect, okay? In fact, I think it looks better when they're not perfect. It looks more natural. It gives it more character, more whimsy. And yeah, I just think they're just so cute. It won't take too long to do this. Sometimes I even do a double trace. I don't think I'm going to do that today, but on these, but sometimes I do, and it's an even more doodly kind of look. Look how cute. And now I've got my black and white twine. I think that looks adorable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make a little accent. And I pulled out a few buttons from my stash. I brought a few buttons in because I like this kind of cherry red kind of accent here. And I was like, where could I put a fun little button? I don't really want to put it in the flower. Oh, I just realized I missed a line. Do you guys see where I missed? Right here. I missed that. You don't have to put a top coat back over these. They will be steadfast. They will be fine once they are completely dry. Okay. So I think I'm just going to tie just a cute little bow here. And let's just see if we can find a cute spot to add just a little dimension. I'm going to tie knots in the tails here. If you're a sparkly person, you could sparkle. I think if I was going to sparkle anything, I'd sparkle the sun and the word sunshine in the center of the flower. So basically everything yellow. I think if I'm sparkling this, I would do the sun rays, the sun, the word sunshine, the heart, the yellow heart, and the yellow center of the flower. I think that would be cute. All right, I'm going to cut beneath the knot. Oh, that's kind of cute over here by the handle. And then let's see if we put a button on the top of that. That's cute. Or we could put the bow on the top of the button. I actually think I like that better, the bow on the top of the button. And if it seems like I might have made this a little bit big, I'm just going to pull these down, make the loops a little smaller, or maybe not, because that button is pretty good size. Let me play around with it here for a second. So for this, I will just use a little bit of hot glue, or you can use your white Scotch glue. And I'm going to use this one. So let's stick that button right there. This is going to look so cute. And then our bow. Do you think my loops are too big? I think it's kind of cute, you guys. And then if you know that, I mean, I tell people this all the time, but you are the boss of your bow. So like if you want, I want this loop to stay down just a little bit. So I'm just going to put a tiny little drop. I'm using a precision tip. I have a precision tip on this glue gun. I'm just going to put a tiny little drop so that loop stays exactly where I want it to stay. And so does this one. And then we'll let the tails just kind of hang. That is cuteness. Isn't that cute? I think I'm going to sparkle mine. You think it's too big, Susan? Do you think it's too big? I made sure it doesn't cover up any of the words. I think it's pretty cute. I like it. Okay. So if I'm going to add sparkle, I have this color called Crystal. And I have diamond. I think I'll use crystal today. I'm always using like diamond and unicorn, but I actually like crystal as well. I like all of them. I like crystal, diamond, and unicorn. Those are my favorite clear stickles. And stickles has just this little precision tip on it right here. Oh, okay. Susan says, no, it's not too big. Okay, great, Susan. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So yeah, my SureBonder glue gun, I think I got it at Walmart, and I think Hobby Lobby carries it too, and I'm sure you could get it online. Just make sure you're getting, because they have several different styles, so make sure you're getting the one that has a micro tip or a detail tip. I'm trying to remember what it says on the packaging. So I'm just using the tip. I'm squeezing some out and just using the tip to kind of paint this in. Now where the sun is bigger, I'm just going to kind of do squiggles here. And then if you want to, you can take like a small paintbrush and just kind of pounce this in, or use your finger, or I don't know, maybe a Q-tip, something like that. That is cute, cute, cuteness. And I'll hold it up here in a second. And then let's do the center of the flower. And then, like I said, I'm going to do just the inside. And yes, that little precision tip is going to make it really easy to get down into these little tiny, the tiniest spots. Okay, y'all, don't let me forget to share the name, the little graphic for the August bundle. Don't let me forget, Susan or Leanne or Cheryl, whoever, any of my team members that are watching. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And that was so easy, right? This was so easy. Look at the pretty sparkle. Now that will dry. That will take a few minutes to dry. It's like a glitter glue. And I love that I can get sparkle without having to use loose glitter. Isn't that just so cute? You know what? Because we sparkled the one heart, I think I'm going to go ahead and sparkle these blue hearts too. Cute, cute, cute. And maybe this little pink line. Okay. Yeah, I know. Once you start sparkling, it's hard to stop. You may want to go in and do hello too. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave mine. I know, right? It's so cute. Okay, now we have a second project, remember? I have a second project. Yeah, you're getting double the fun today for Craft and Chat. So this is the wood piece that I started. And again, you can see that it took on all the different kind of, like this one, there's kind of the long wood grain showing. This one is more rough. This one's a little more rough. So it all looks a little different, right? So here is what I was thinking for this one. I'm going to go ahead and do my pen work first. And then I'm going to be working with that twine again, not on the outside, but just around this frame portion. So I'm going to use my medium. Yeah, I'm going to use my medium tip here. And I'm not too worried about this outside edge right now. I'm going to start by outlining the coffee cup itself. And it'll be kind of bumpy because again, there's a lot of texture. Okay, there's a lot of texture on this wood piece. So when I get to those little valleys, I'm just skipping over. I'm just picking up my pen. Ooh, I got a little wiggly there. I think I may do a double trace on this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to. The reason I do a double trace, you guys, is because it just takes the pressure off of everything having to look perfect. Okay. So here's what a double trace is. I've traced this coffee cup out once. Now I'm simply going to trace it again. And I don't really want my lines to meet up. I want it to actually look like a double trace. It's just an extra little kind of a doodly step. And again, if you're looking at this directly down on it, you may not like it as much as when you hold it away from yourself. But it just really takes the pressure off of everything having to be perfect because this is bumpy, like it's rough, right? And now it just kind of has a more of a doodly kind of artsy fun look. Okay. Okay, so this, yeah, if you're wondering, this napkin, the napkins I'm using right now were designed for and put in our July bundle to my Napkin Club members. And if you do put your name on the wait list for the Napkin Club, we are opening up some additional spots. So we will email you. And then once you become a member, one of the benefits to being a member is you can purchase additional napkins or past bundles. So yeah, then you have access to some of these great napkins that we're working with that I have designed specifically for our Napkin Club. Can't get them anywhere else. All right, let's go around in the coffee there, right? Just to make that stand out a little more. And then rise and shine. I think I'm going to stick with my black here. With the medium black as I'm doing these, even these little, I don't know what, little diamond looking things. I thought those were cute. Just little accents. And really doodly, just doodly, doodly, doodly do. Okay. Let's come down here and do the flower. Actually, I think I'll do small on the flower. Let's do small on the flower. And probably small on the words too. So again, these napkins were designed to coordinate. Same colors, same color palette, different coffee cup design. I think they turned out so cute. Oops, I think that was actually supposed to be 2. There we go. And then squiggle, squiggle, squiggle all around the center. And then this sign, if you came on late, what I'm doing this sign, I'm going to actually put some little knobs or hooks, maybe like 3 of them down here so I can hang off of it. And again, let's do some little lines in some of our petals. Just add some fun dimension and charm. Okay, so let's do rise and shine. And again, I'm going to keep with my small nib on my pip pen. Every time if you lift up, Just skip a little tiny space. I think we'll definitely sparkle, rise, and shine on this one. And again, it's this kind of doodle trace look is not meant to look perfect. It's meant to look kind of fun and doodly and hand drawn. And it's also completely optional. Just wanted to show you how it really can help your projects to pop for those of you that are new to napkin art. Now there. Just make sure that top coat of Mod Podge is completely dry before you start. Cute. See how that just really stands out? Okay, there's another thing we can do. Again, remember how I really love these valleys going on here? So do you see how like this valley right here, if I want this valley to be a little more pronounced, I can actually take my small nib of my pen and kind of draw right through this. So that, remember how we kind of, and when I hit the letters, I'm going to skip. I'm not going to draw through the letters. I'm just going to kind of skip where they meet. Okay. But again, it just really accents the look of the slats, which I love. I really love that. Oops, a little bit out of the crack there. You don't even really have to do it anywhere other than just what's on the napkin portion. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, we'll add the sparkle last. Let's go back to this. Now this time I think I'll just use my glue gun just to show you that yes, you can do either or. Okay, you can do either or. You can use hot glue or you can use the Scotch glue when you're using the twine. And so what I'm going to do, let me make sure this is feeding through here. Okay, there it goes. All right, I'm going to run just a little bead. This is why I love the micro tip. Little bead of glue. And I'm just going to lay you can kind of roll it right into the glue. We're going to lay that right into the hot glue. So this is going to be so cute. So it's going to coordinate with my canvas, but it's going to look different, right? So just make your corner. And I'm just going to keep going around. I may have to raise this up just a little bit for you to see better. So when you're gifting, when you start making like gifts, if some of you I know are starting to work on gifts this summer while you have the time, doing little sets like this are really cute. So it's a coordinated set. And it just kind of, it's just fun to have a pair of something that kind of goes together. So don't be afraid to create little coordinating projects that then you can gift together. And think about it with, if you have the extra napkin design, how cute would it be to put one of those on the gift bag, maybe the other one on a tag, or make a card for it. So everything can kind of coordinate. And I just think that's just a really fun thing to do when you're gifting. All right, I'm going to go around again. See how cute? It's going to have nice little texture of a frame here. Now this came from Walmart. This surface came from Walmart, and it has this jute hanger. I'm going to take that off. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use it or if it needs a hanger. I got to decide exactly where I'm going to put it and all the things, but that could easily be cut off and add something somewhere else. You know, add something else, I should say. Not add anything at all, or add a cute ribbon, or maybe even the twine, the same black and white twine here. Okay. So after I do this, I'll add my sparkle. You like the twine around the napkin, Ellen? Thank you. I think it looks really good. It's a great way to kind of frame something out when it doesn't fit, like if the napkin doesn't fit the whole surface. We can be creative and yeah, kind of make our own little creative frame out. And this is not hard. Everything I've shown you today, if you're a brand new beginner crafter or a newbie to work with napkin art, everything I've shown you today is really beginner, basic level fun. Just super fun. And then, of course, you can develop even more techniques and skills in the Napkin Club. We do all kinds of fun things. I'm trying to think now if I want to do 2 or 3 rows. I think I'm going to do 3. Something about 3s always looks good. And I'm kind of squeezing out the glue and then dragging through the tip of it. Drizzle and drag so it's not real thick. And then I need to go look for some little knobs or some little cup hooks. I don't have those already, but I've got to go out. We'll be going out and doing a little shopping today, so I will look for some to add to the bottom here. And then, of course, after I add those and hang them up, I'll send you guys pictures. I'll take pictures of this anyway to show you, but once I actually have them, like, you know, hanging where they're going to live, I'll take pictures then as well. So make sure you're following my page here on Facebook, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can hit that little subscribe button, and that way you don't miss any of the crafty fun that I bring to you here. Because I love sharing. Love, love, love sharing and inspiring others to create. All right, I'm going to take a little, I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue right there. I'm just going to kind of push it down with the tip so that way we don't have any kind of unraveling. I like the 3. I'm glad I did the 3. I think that looks really good. Let's go ahead and add some. We have sparkle on the other canvas. So again, we want these to coordinate. I think I'm going to actually add a little bit of sparkle on these the light brown kind of swirl here in the coffee cut. And then the hearts and the rise and shine. Ooh, I like how this looks on the red color, this kind of cherry red. Wow, looks very cute. I think all of these little doodahs can get a little sparkle. And it's kind of fun because it's kind of a neat juxtaposition. I know that's a big word, because you've got the rough look of the distressed wood planks, and then the sparkle, but there's something about it that's really charming. Like, it really looks good together. And these will just take a few minutes to dry. So I'll just let them sit and dry, and then I'll be looking for little knobs, cup hooks, something to go on the bottom of this. Okay, did I miss any of the little dilly dauber thingies, little diamonds and hearts and things? And then I'm going to do just like I did on the other canvas and add the sparkle in the center of the flower. I'm going to make another bow. And let's see, I think I used the dot button on the other canvas. I think it was the dot, so I'll use the check on this one. I could have put it back on the handle. Yeah, I think that's cute. I'm going to do the handle again. And now I have this super cute little set of the decorative canvas and this decorative board. The canvas I'm going to put on an easel. The board I'm going to hang. And I'll have this just cute little coordinated set to put in my coffee corner here. I got to make this one tail a little shorter at the lake house. It's going to look really cute. So this is the one I'll keep up for summer. And then we'll have a different one that we'll be putting up for fall. Okay, let me pull the tails a little bit here. Hot glue again. Stick our little cute little button on there. And all these little glue hairs, you don't always have to pick those off. Usually if you have your heat tool, you can run your heat tool over your project and those little glue hairs just disappear. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. We need to make something like this for our little coffee bar at the shop. Cheryl and Leanne and Susan. I know my team members are watching. I'm like, oh, this would be so cute if we did seasonal decorating, because we have a little coffee bar at our shop. Because we got to have the coffee, got to keep the fuel going when we're packing up orders and all the things. Oh, I think it looks so cute, you guys. What do you think? Isn't that fun? I think it's adorable. Okay, let's put them both here on the screen so you can see. And I have a little easel here. So this is what I was talking about, just a little easel. You can find these. I think I got this one at Hobby Lobby. All right, let me put myself back on the screen. Raise this up. Look how cute. Look how cute the little canvas is. Again, we've got it wrapped. Right? Hello, sunshine. Nice and sparkly. And then the wooden piece as well that I'll be putting the little knobs or the cup hooks on to hang. There we go. I think they're so cute, you guys. What do you think? Yes, aren't they going to look cute? So this will be down on the counter, and then this one I'll have hanging up. They need to dry. Yeah, the stickles is still really wet. You can see the pretty sparkle. But yeah, so cute. So this will kind of be hanging. This will be down, and I think it's just going to look great for summer in my little coffee corner. And then I'll switch them out for fall-related, fall-themed coffee cups. Or some kind of fall, you know, kind of that with that whole theme of coffee corner, coffee bar. And then Christmas, when Christmas rolls around, I love to incorporate like hot chocolate, you know, things like that, because our coffee bars also become sometimes our hot cocoa bars. So yeah, I think it's going to be really, really cute and fun.